Greetings, fellow traders. Bubblehead here, and it's time for the lunchtime market update for Wednesday, March 4th, 2020. I hope everybody's having a great trading day today. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice, so please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. So what a day today. So we're getting a choppy day, the first choppy day in a while. Let's see how we're getting there, right? So we have the monthly chart right here. We bounced off of the mid-Bollinger Band there. We are still inside week right now on the weekly chart below the 30 weekly moving average, right? We're up today. We gapped up today about, 50-something points or so. And right at the 200-day moving average. So there's a big gap up on on Biden, kind of taking the lead in the on Super Tuesday with the Democratic primary, and that's the market generally looks bullish upon that, right? Because alternatives, Bernie, again, high taxes and all that stuff, right? The market, tends not to like that, especially healthcare stocks. We'll take a look at healthcare stocks in a little bit here too. But generally, we're up here. But guess what? After all these big days, everybody's used to these big moves, and here we are chopping around today. It's actually kind of good. It's bringing premiums down a little bit as long as you don't get caught up in it. So just remember that sometimes we do get some choppy days even after volatility, and just be careful with that when you can kind of see that. There's some tools that we look at to evaluate whether or not the chop is real, and we look at those there. And there's a lot of times we just look for to kind of stand back a little bit and let things move and look for the best setups, right? So let's take a look at the price action today. You can see, look at that perfect chop right there, very, very congested. So that is what we're seeing on the SPX. We're seeing the same stuff on the SPY, of course. We're looking at this triangle right here, trying to break out of that triangle a little bit ago, and again, still chopping around, not a lot of momentum to get out of there. And you can see, look at that volume really kind of decreasing off of that too. So we've got a little bit of time left in this 15-minute candle, but we'll see how that volume picks up. S&P futures, again, now S&P futures, right? These start like late last night, right? So, or yesterday evening, and so we give a bigger move on that one. If you go to the daily chart on the S&P futures, you're going to see a day that we are an inside day right now, but it's a 100-point range. But most of that happened overnight, right? So we had this big move up right here. We're kind of still in this trend box right now, and just a really, really choppy day today. So on most things, but there is some stuff that is moving and giving some setups. So Tesla today was a good one. It's also an inside day, but it did give a nice bounce here using some of our methods to the upside today, and then it even broke down again later for another move to the downside. So Tesla given some nice setups as well. Beyond is interesting. Beyond is getting really tight right now, double inside 15. Keep an eye on that one. They got an upgrade today. JWM, Nordstrom. Nordstrom had a earnings day, and it's kind of chopping around in that range. So not really much going on there. Vive. Again, same thing. It had a big move up this morning, but had a nice flush at the open as it got through some key pre-market levels. So that gave some opportunities there. Target, this is a little bit more of the tradable retail names that can actually get some moves here. We had a trend line here that broke down and gave a little bit of move. It's trying to come back to the 15 orb range right now. And then UNH, right? So this was if anybody wanted to play into Super Tuesday, right? Playing the healthcare stocks was a conceptually good idea, right? And if you didn't think Bernie was going to win, going long something like UNH was a good idea. Now it's fading the gap a little bit right now as it broke down inside 15 down, but it was all about the overnight on that one on UNH. So good stuff there. Okay, we got a couple chart requests out there. Let's take a look. So we've got we got Apple. See how that's behaving today. So Apple inside day, it is above the 80 MA, so that's good for Apple. Let's see if we can get constructive in this area right here. But you can see very, very choppy. Roku has generally been pretty bearish, but it is still holding those support levels that we talked about last night, right? So it got this inside day low finally, and now it's holding those levels as the low, as a kind of a support level right now. So let's see if it just kind of goes through a congestion zone and then eventually tries to work its way back up to the cloud. So we're going to keep an eye on that one. Amazon, of course. Amazon gave a good initial breakdown this morning too. Let's take a look here. I know some of our members actually caught the bounce on this one using our techniques. So that was a nice move up to the 15 orb today. So great job on that one. Boeing also generally been pretty weak here too. So let's take a look and see. So Boeing, took out yesterday's lows and gave a nice 15 orb blow to the downside today, and then of course got into the chop mode like everything else. HAL is one that we pointed out this morning on the live stream. There wasn't too much going on in terms of momentum moves, although, like I said, some folks caught some nice reversals today, but HAL stayed bearish all day, right? Give you your inside 15 retag of the 15 orb right here, and then worked its way down So nice job on a howl today. A couple others. Let's take a look. We have NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, right? So NVIDIA is interesting, right? So let's take a look here. So NVIDIA had a, we're still at an inside day right now, so there's no real breakouts going on the daily chart. But we can see here at the open, and we pointed out its initial weakness at the open. It had a very, very fast move at the open for a good scalp play here, right? So you can see this here off the 5-minute chart, right? So it broke down below the pre-market levels right there and gave a nice move, right? So here's your, even if after this first 5-minute candle right here, 268, right down to 267 for a quick, 1-point move. But remember, guys, the spreads are really, really can be very challenging with a lot of these, and this one's a little bit expensive here. So when it finally got back up, right, to your 15-hour high and gave that breakout move, you have this right here, and it really didn't give much after that. It just gave one candle right here for 3 points. But after that, remember, it kind of stalled out and then just pulled back. So right now, hopefully it can get, try to work its way back up a little bit. But again, we're seeing it's a choppy day in the market, and we're seeing a lot of decreased volume as we go throughout the day today. And we just have to be cautious with that, especially in the chop. That's the one thing. You don't want to get chopped up on choppy days, right? So that is the deal there. And then finally, APT. This is an interesting one, right? So we've seen some big moves in this. Huge moves has been a Corona play. Again, this one is APT. I don't think this one is. There is some activity, right? So there's some call activity in this one, but again, keep an eye on it. Inside day so far, holding the ADMA. Look for a potential breakout over the inside day today into the next couple days as the Corona news continues. So good stuff. Great charts today, guys, and really appreciate everybody's support. I hope everybody has a safe rest of your trading day today, guys. Remember, it's choppy, so don't get chopped up today. I know everybody's used to the big volume, the big volatility moves. And to have a choppy day today is actually, one, it's a good way to get the volatility down a little bit, and two, it's a good way to get premiums a little bit more reasonable, right? So, but we don't want to get caught in that, right, if we're in those premiums. So just keep that in mind. Again, look for only the best setups and potential quick moves. So I hope everybody has a great rest of your trading day, and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game, and I'll talk to you soon.